Hey everyone, Gardens and Palms here. Today I want to talk about trimming hydrangeas. If you're in southern zone 6B, zone 7, zone 7A and B, zone 8 even, now is the time to go ahead and trim those. The weather is looking pretty mild, so we should be good. This probably could even include those zones in the mid-Atlantic with those same zone numbers. If you're colder than that, you may want to wait a little while longer. I'm not as familiar with the other climates like that per se. The hydrangeas that I'm going to be trimming today, this is an Annabelle hydrangea. And the other ones were Limelight hydrangeas. The hydrangeas that you prune now in this time of year are your ones that are blooming in the summer. Your spring blooming hydrangeas, called Hydrangea macrophylla, the blooms you often see in the florist shops and stuff, those are the kinds that you don't want to trim until later on after they've bloomed. Those are the ones that bloom in the spring. So what you will be doing is trimming off your buds, and they won't bloom if you happen to trim those at the wrong time. These ones here, like this Limelight, they bloom on new growth in the summer. The macrophyllas that you will see coming up, they bloom on old growth, and they will bloom in the spring. After they've bloomed, you can go ahead and trim those. Generally, you want to take about a third to a half off of these. I probably went a little closer to half because they were getting a little wrangling out of hand. This is the Hydrangea macrophylla that I was speaking of. These are the ones you do not want to prune. They're going to bloom on old wood, and if you do prune them, you will lose the blooms for the year. Here's another one here. This is another macrophylla. They've got the big leaves, and they've got the big, they'll bloom in pinks, purple, blue, depending on the acidity of your soil. So you can see here now I've trimmed them. The proper place to prune them is just above a leaf node, and I think I've got a close-up here of those, and I will point that out to you in the video. But you want to prune it just above there, and it will branch out from that spot and put out 2 or 3 new branches from the leaf node. Here's the one in the front of the house. These things are getting pretty big. They're probably 7-8 feet tall. This is a Limelight here. I was simply using my hand pruners and my loppers for the thicker limbs. And once again, here's the Hydrangea macrophylla. You do not want to trim these. Do not prune these. These are going to bloom on old wood. You can see the buds are starting to form there. Alright guys, if you have any questions, go ahead and leave me a comment. And thank you for watching.